Re-
Hello mga students, allow me to discuss another topic, and this is more of an introduction to operations audit or operational auditing. Meron akong mga related na video lectures that I assign to you, especially if you are my student, para lang magkaroon kayo ng general overview on the audit universe or on the audit process. But after those video lectures, especially when you are now able to distinguish different types of audits, you will be familiar with the term operations audit. So audit of operations. Now let's define it properly and identify some of the related concepts or topics to it. And how is it valuable to us or to the stakeholders? Okay? The reference that I am using is that of Herman Murdoch, a foreign author. Operational Auditing, yung pangalan ng kanyang book. Now, let's define what an operations audit or operational auditing is. Ang sinasabi dito sa unang check is that operational auditing is defined as a future-oriented, systematic and independent evaluation of organizational activities. Now, highlight ko lang or maglagay lang ako ng laser point para makita niyo. Notice that I underlined 3 words dito, future-oriented, systematic and independent evaluation. As we go along, you will be able to learn more about the subject and appreciate that the purpose of our operations audit is to aid management in its future decision. Okay, just like with other related topics or just like with other decision making activities and mga supporting activities. So etong operational audit is future oriented, The results of the reviews, the results of the audit will be used for future decision making. Systematic, meron tayong sistema na sinusunod. Orderly po, merong proseso, hindi basta-basta na lang, And then this is an independent evaluation. Ibig sabihin, wala pong nagdidikta sa mga internal auditors, sa mga operational auditors sa ginagawa nila. At kung ano man yung kinalabasan ng kanilang audit, walang nagdidikta na baguhin mo yan kasi hindi yan dapat. Okay? We will explore this further. Now, financial data may be used, but the primary sources of evidence are the operational policies and achievements related to the organizational objectives. O class, remember, we have your financial statement audits, yung ating mga external audits. And normally, hindi lang normally, when we are talking of external audits or FS audits, mga financial information ang nagiging reference natin dito. Ito yung ginagamit natin as the primary source of evidence and in the evidence gathering activities. But here, we may be using it as part of our audit procedures, sa ating operations audit. Pero hindi po yan lamang. Okay? The primary sources are more of the policies and procedures, mga operational policies. Kasi yun yung pagbabasehan natin, pagbabanggaan natin. Are we effective and efficient in our operations, All right. A review of how an organization's management and its operating procedures are functioning with respect to their effectiveness and efficiency in meeting stated objectives. O kakabanggit ko lang nung term na ito. Effectiveness and efficiency. So an operational audit is a review kung kumusta ang pagmamanage ng negosyo, ang pagmamanage ng organization. Kumusta ang mga proseso, yung mga policies, yung mga procedures, gumagana ba yan? At effective ba itong mga policies, itong mga procedures na ito in meeting the objectives of the organization? Okay? Now let's also define auditing, internal auditing or operational auditing from the point of view of the body that is in charge with our subject, no? Or yung tinatawag natin na Institute of Internal Auditors or IIA, no? Dinefine po nila, although notice that the definition pertains to internal auditing. Because operational auditing is part of your internal auditing. Kung hindi man yan lahat, so it is part. Kasi maari na, let's say, compliance audit as part of your internal audit procedures, no? Internal audit kasi, tandaan ninyo, ang mga auditors natin dito ay part of the organization. Mga empleyado din po ito. Okay? A compliance audit may be done. But when we are talking of compliance audit, it is more of, are we compliant with laws and regulations, especially when we are talking of regulatory bodies. But for operational audits, it's more of, are we compliant then with yung mga policies, operational policies, no? Para makita din natin, are we effective and efficient in the performance of our work, of the different procedures that are present in the company. So internal auditing, it was defined by IIA as an independent, ayan na naman si independent, objective assurance and consulting activity designed to add value and improve an organization's operations. Notice, class, in-highlight ko ito or in-underline ko, designed to add value. So, value adding po ang internal audit as a whole, And ginagamit ito, it is designed to assist in improving the organization's operations. O, salitang ugat, ng operational is operations. So, operations audit is for audit of operations as part of your internal audit, It helps an organization accomplish its objectives by bringing a systematic, disciplined approach. Ayan. Bakit disciplined approach? Kasi class, meron tayong sinusundan dito. Sabi ko nga kanina, nung in-explain ko itong systematic, meron tayong mga proseso na sinusunod. Okay? In an orderly manner. And, okay, meron tayong mga standards na fina-follow po. Okay? To evaluate and improve the effectiveness of risk management, control, and governance processes. Now, pansinin po ninyo ito, class, sige. Gamitin ko na lang yung highlight. Risk management. Ayun, napakagaling ko, magbilog. Mag-oblong, Control and governance processes. Okay, please take note po nitong tatlo. Babalikan natin yan mamaya if I remember it correctly. Meron tayong pag-uusapan about that briefly. Okay? So ito po dinefine ni IIA yung internal auditing as an independent objective assurance. Please take note the term assurance, let's elaborate on it later. Now, yung definition class ng operational auditing, it contains some key language na important for us. And please take note of the following. Independence. Okay? Pag independence, hindi tayo nagpapa-apekto, We are, papaano ba natin ito masabi? Independent, ibig sabihin, hindi ka nadidiktahan, walang nag-uutos sa'yo na ito yung dapat mong gawin. So, kumbaga, you can stand on your own, stand alone siya. Okay, internal audit reports directly to the audit committee. And the audit committee is part of the board. But this is an independent body, kung saan, anong purpose nito? Committee for Audit. Okay? Or its equivalent. Kasi ito yung nila, ito yung isa sa ito yung trabaho nila, to receive reports, to perform, Siyempre, this is part of the board of directors, no? Pero independent na committee po ito, no? Ang mga internal auditors, okay, they are reporting directly to the audit committee. And normally kasi ang members nitong audit committee, they should be independent, no? Kasi remember that the board of directors are those charged with governance. Now, internal audit is not under the control of those they audit. Ibig sabihin, no? Hiwalay po itong department, yung internal audit department. Hindi po ito dinidiktahan, hindi ito kinokontrol ng ibang mga departments. And normally, they are, sabi ko nga, independent department, and they are reporting directly to the management or to the owners of the business. Or kung mayroong audit committee, sa audit committee. Now, just to share my experience, I was a corporate internal auditor sa isang family-owned corporation. So, I am reporting directly to the president. Okay? And I am not under any department. Hindi po ako part ng finance department. Hindi ako part ng ibang department sa organization. So ganun po kasi independence na. You will be performing audit procedures to check the operational effectiveness and efficiency. Okay? Kung nasusway ka, mababago ang iyong desisyon, okay, dahil na-impluwensyahan ka, you are not independent. Alright? So, you will, when you are to study, kapag inaral na po ninyo yung professional code of ethics ng mga certified public accountants, so ma-encounter po ninyo itong independence. Alright? Sige. So, next, objectivity. Objectivity. Pag sinabi natin class na objectivity, it is the ability to examine documents, processes, programs. Ito yung ating keywords. Without bias, agenda, or motive. Okay? Ibig sabihin, minsan parang nakakalito or parang nako-connect-connecta natin ito. Independence, objectivity, they are the same. Okay? But ang keywords natin, tandaan niyo pag objectivity, no? When we are examining documents, when we are performing audit procedures, wala pong bias, walang agenda, walang motibo. Okay? So, independent po tayo dyan. Okay? So, that is objectivity. Next, assurance. Now, when we are talking of assurance, ito yung ating keyword, no? The ability to give confidence, okay, and make statements regarding the condition of matters within the organization. All right? Give confidence. Ano bang Tagalog ng confidence, class? Hindi ko rin maalala or hindi ko maisip sa ngayon habang nire-record ko itong lecture. So, magbigay ng confidence. Okay? Merong assurance, no? May comfort ka. Okay? Doon sa ginagawa mo or regarding the condition of matters within the organization. Now, pag pinag-uusapan kasi natin, class, yung financial statement audits or the audit of the FS, yung isa sa pinakamalaking bulk ng profession ng mga certified public accountants is yung public practice, yung audit of the financial statements mostly. Although may mga iba pa, mga consulting deals and mga tax consultancy, pero karamihan when we are talking of external audits or big auditing firms, yung Big Four, we are talking of yung mga external auditors, audit of the financial statements. Now, when we are talking kasi ng audit of financial statements, may encounter po ninyo yung tinatawag natin na reasonable assurance. Okay? As compared to what we call an absolute assurance. Just like with FS audit, when we are conducting an operations audit, hindi rin po tayo makakapag-provide ng absolute assurance. We can only provide reasonable assurance. Okay? Why? Because there are certain limitations that are out of hand. Paano ba? Out of the control of the auditors. Hindi po nila hawak yun. At because of those inherent limitations, they cannot provide absolute assurance. Okay, you cannot guarantee. Yun yung additional word or other key terms na pwede ninyong i-associate. Pag absolute assurance kasi ginagarantiya mo na tama. But when we are providing reasonable assurance, we cannot say that it is 100% correct because there are some limitations that hinders the provision of a 100% assurance. Kaya nagiging reasonable lang. Okay? O don't worry kung medyo nakakalito man yan sa ngayon, sa iba ninyong auditing na subject, lalong-lalo na pag auditing and assurance concepts and principles, you will be learning more about it. Now, if you want and you are curious, you can visit my playlist on that. Auditing and Assurance Concepts and Principles yata yun. Yung title ng aking playlist. Okay? Plug ko na rin yun. Alright? In the same, related na mga topics naman kasi siya. Okay. Consulting. Diba doon sa mga definitions, may na-encounter tayo na term na consulting. When we are talking of consulting, it's giving advice to management. Nagko-consult, no? Diba? Sasabihin mo minsan, pare, okay, friend, may iko-consult lang ako. Okay? May iko-consult, no? You are asking for an advice and the other one is giving the advice. Okay? Kaya nga meron tayong term na consultancy. The consultants are assisting management, providing advice. Okay? So, consulting, giving advice to management and the board, and engaging in activities that helps the organization resolve nagging business issues. Kasi alam mo alam ninyo class, maraming mga issues sa organization. Okay, ang daming problema niyan. Lalong-lalo na kung ikaw ay part ng key management. Isa ka sa mga managers, sa mga officers. Madami kang ma-encounter ng mga issues at sasakit yung ulo mo. Okay? And sometimes it's out of their expertise and they need to consult with other experts or professionals. And operations audit is a consulting activity because at the end of the day, once the procedures are done and the reports are being prepared, it is being communicated to the board of directors, through the audit committee or equivalent, and in some ways, it is a form of recommendation, a form of giving advice. So it is a consulting activity. All right? Designed to add value. Value adding po ang operations audit or internal audit, in general. It improves an organization's operations because the target is to improve the operation in terms of the effectiveness and efficiency. Okay? Yung isa, effective. Epektibo ba? Nagpa-function ba? Gumagawa? Paano ba? Epektibo. Gumagana ba siya? Pag efficiency, we are talking of the time. Na ma-maximize ba natin yung ating mga resources? Yung oras, nakakatipid ba tayo? So that is efficiency. So more of the resources naman, So operational audit improves an organization's operations. It helps an organization accomplish its objectives. Kasi ang pinaka-objective natin is effectiveness and efficiency of operations, By bringing a systematic, disciplined approach, ito yung nabanggit ko kanina, okay? We are following standards. And, in the performance, in the conduct of audits, meron tayong sinusundan. Kung pagdating po ninyo sa auditing and assurance, yung auditing theory, we will be encountering Philippine Standards on Auditing or ISA, International Standards on Auditing. Sa internal auditing, meron din tayong mga standards, practice guides, and practice advisories, Remember, you have your Institute of Internal Auditors, yung governing body, ano? So, may mga standards, practice guides, practice advisories na sinusunod naman ng mga certified internal auditors, okay? And they provide a great deal of guidance kung paano iplano, i-execute, at i-communicate yung resulta ng kanilang mga trabaho. So, tandaan po ninyo yan. We will expound on it further. Okay? And then, to evaluate and improve the effectiveness. Effectiveness daw. Okay? Helping to improve the organization's ability to achieve the goals and objectives related to, ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, no? Babalikan natin. Risk management, control, and governance processes. Okay? So I hope, no, through the definitions of the operational auditing, we were able to appreciate and to learn these key important languages, key important phrases, terminologies. Okay, para mas higit natin na maintindihan ano nga ba talaga ang operational audit. Alright, now, class kasi, alam niyo ano, meron kasi tayong tinatawag na risk-based audit. And not only for operations audit, not only for internal audit, even for financial statements audit, no, naka-risk-based ang approach sa pagkakandak ng mga audit procedures. I-compare ko lang, no, i-compare lang natin, i-present ko lang sa inyo, ano ba yung pinagkaiba kasi ng risk-based audit sa controls-based audit. Traditionally, ang mga audits ay controls-based or even process-based. Pag sinabi natin controls-based, ang focus ng trabaho, ng audit is to check the controls. Okay? Are there controls that are in place, no? At kung meron man, yun yung iti-test nila. Okay? Audits focus on identifying and evaluating internal controls without enough regard to their value to the process. Ang nagiging problema nga lang dito, nakatuon ang mga atensyon ng mga auditors sa mga controls. But, you know, hindi naman kasi lahat ng controls ay kinakailangang silipin, kinakailangang bantayan. Just like in a financial statement audit, no, we are assessing controls that will be relevant, ano, kung saan pwede tayong mag-rely, no? We can rely upon on those controls so that we can lessen our substantive procedures. So, ganun din po sa operations audit. Hindi lahat ng controls ay dapat nating i-test. So, may mga controls kasi na minimal yung effect, no? And it doesn't necessarily provide value. Remember that internal audit or operations audit provide or is designed to add value. Okay? Now, if we are focusing on the controls and we are testing every controls, no, pero yung iba, it does not necessarily add value to the process. So, medyo sayang ng oras, no? In terms of the efficiency din, no? So, ang nangyayari is, okay, of course, because of experience at nakikita din nung mga nasa profession, nasa practice na, teka, sandali, may mali, no? And then, nakikita eventually, yung relevance, yung importance na dapat risk-based tayo. So, naging risk-based na ang mga audits ngayon. Now, when we are talking of risk-based, no, nakafocus ang audit sa mga risk. Pag sinabi natin class na risk, what is it? Sa iba kong mga video lectures, I define risk as something that, something that exposes us to danger. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng danger exposure. May possibility of harm. So, pag risk-based audit, no, nakafocus tayo sa risk by, and when we are focusing on the risk, we are assessing, no? Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na risk assessment and risk management. We try to assess the risk. We assess them, no, in terms of high risk ba ito? Low risk? Okay, significant ba yung risk nito? Kasi kung significant or higher yung risk, edi mas kailangan natin mag-focus doon kasi yun yung mga kinakailangan nating bantayan. Okay? Now, on the operations point of view, we are not only talking of mga accounting risk, mga financial risk. Because ang emphasis natin ay operations audit, okay? We are also considering yung mga risk related doon sa, for example, ito, risk of delays, waste, inefficiency, poor customer service, no? Excessive customer, employee turnover, poor quality data, and systems failure. So if you will see, these are related sa operations. So hindi lamang siya nakafocus doon sa mga financial risk, sa mga accounting related risk, but kasi nga because this is operations audit, so related sa operations naman yung mga risk na ina-assess natin. Okay? Tandaan ha, regardless kung operations risk, operations audit man tayo or kahit sa financial statement audit, ang leaning sa ngayon ay more of dito sa risk-based. Okay? Sir, ano yan? Meron akong i-explain sa pamamagitan nitong visual na ito for us to appreciate more, no? Ano ba yung nagiging story? Ano yung naging story before? Okay? We have we have a professional guy here. Nasa kaliwa, nasa kanan. Traditionally class, yung trabaho ng mga internal audit ay napapasakamay nung mga certified public accountants or mga professionals na may accounting degree. Okay? And normally, ang mga companies, they prefer kasi getting employees coming from the Big Four. Okay? Big Four auditing firms. PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, and Ernst & Young. O malay natin, marami sa inyo, pagka-graduate, pag naging accountant, pag naging CPA, dito kayo bumagsak. Dito kayo magtatrabaho. Okay. Currently, class, just for disclosure, I am currently connected with PwC. I've been connected with them before, no? But I am also currently connected with them. So, eto, andito ako sa ngayon. Now, ano ba yung tinutukoy nito? Ano ba yung kinikwento nito? So, sabi ko nga, traditionally, and normally, kahit sa ngayon, class, if you came from any of this, or kahit sa mga iba pang mga kilalang mga auditing firms, mas priority nila kasi maganda daw ang exposure ng mga accountants, ng mga CPAs na nanggaling dito. Okay? Ang kaso, class, kung ikaw ay nanggaling dito at lalong-lalo na ang exposure mo ay sa mga external audits, ang orientation mo is more of financial audits and followed by mga compliance with regulatory requirements, Now, kung ikaw ay lumipat, ayaw mo na magtrabaho sa auditing firm, pumunta ka sa private practice. So from public, ito yung tinatawag kasi natin na public practice. And then pumasok ka ng private practice, naging empleyado ka, kunwari ni Nestle, okay, or ni Unilab. Kung ikaw ay magiging part ng internal audit at magiging ang trabaho mo related sa operations audit, so maaring yung approach mo, ang atake mo ay pang financial audits, or mga related doon sa previous work mo. Ang nagiging problema lang minsan is that yes, that's a good starting point. Okay, but however, because your expertise is more of financials, minsan mas nafo-focus tayo doon sa mga financial aspects at hindi na rin natin napapansin yung operations audit. Let's say operations management, HR, IT, marketing, CSR, corporate social responsibility, environmental health and safety, or pwede rin ito yung mga occupational health and safety, sa experience mo as an external auditor, it's either kung wala ka mang naging exposure dyan, or maybe meron pero less lang. So hindi ganoon ka-firm ang foundation mo dyan. Now, class, tandaan po ninyo, when we are talking of operations audit, when we are talking of internal audit, Etong trabaho na ito is not only for certified public accountants, not only for accounting majors. Okay? O di ba? Nag-i-improve na yung mga programs ngayon sa undergraduate. Dati puro lang Bachelor in Commerce, BSA, Bachelor of Science in Accounting or in Accountancy. Pero ngayon meron ng Bachelor of Science in Internal Audit. Okay, meron pa nga Bachelor of Science in Management, Management Accounting, BSMA, BSAIS, Accounting Information System. So class, the audit, operations audit or internal audit, hindi lamang po ito pang CPA. Meron tayong separate na certification for mga internal auditors. At ito yung tinatawag natin na CIA, Certified Internal Auditor. Okay? CPA is Certified Public Accountant, di ba? O, yung CIA, Certified Internal Auditor, at ito po ay certification na ipino-provide ng Institute of Internal Auditing. Ang nabanggit ko kanina na IIA. Samantalang sa atin, sa profession na ito na tinatahak ninyo, if you pass the board exam, welcome to the profession. Ito naman po ay ang ating professional organization is the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Although yung pagpo-provide ng lisensya, pagbibigay ng lisensya ay sa pamamagitan ng Board of Accountancy, the Professional Regulatory Board through the Board of Accountancy. Okay? So, yan yung story nitong ating slide na ito. Yung infographics ba na matatawag natin yan. Okay? O class, please take note of the value the auditors provide. And when we are talking of auditors here, hindi lamang po ito ma-apply sa operations audit, even yung mga external audits or yung mga FS audits, An important aspect daw of the modern manager and the auditor's job is to identify relevant stakeholders. Okay? Relevant stakeholders and to understand ano yung kanilang mga interests. Ito class, hindi na po ito bago sa inyo. Kasi sa basic accounting, okay, when you entered your program, na explain sa inyo, and I hope that it was explained to you, the users of the financial information or the users of the financial statements, So basically, sila din yung mga stakeholders mo. It is important to understand the power they have to assert these interests. Kasi sila yung magiging kliyente mo, di ba? I-audit mo yung ibang mga organizations within your company or yung ibang mga stakeholders, maaari. And itong proseso na ito na ina-assess natin, we are identifying the stakeholders, understanding their interest, at paano ba natin mai-assert yung kapangyarihan natin over their interest, is what we call the stakeholder analysis. And the purpose of this stakeholder analysis is to ask the following 3 fundamental questions. Sino-sino yung mga relevant stakeholders? Ano ang kanilang mga interest? At ano ang kapangyarihan ng kada stakeholder? Now, just to give you an idea or a gentle reminder of who are your stakeholders, remember sabi ko nga, di ba, users of the financial information. Kasi ito yung ating mga primary and secondary. Pag primary or yung mga economic stakeholders, these are yung mga investors, yung creditors, the customers, the suppliers, and the employees. Pagdating naman sa mga secondary, and they are also called non-economic stakeholders, you have your government, the media, yung mga activist groups, business support groups, the community, and the general public. Yung primary user natin, on the point of view of our financial accounting, ay yung ating mga existing and potential investors and creditors. Ito yung ating mga primary. And then the rest, ito yung ating mga secondary users, di ba? Pero dito, yung primary stakeholders natin ay etong 5. Okay, including the employees, suppliers, customers. All right, so Please take note, important po ang role ng isang auditor. On a table and a tabular form, ito po makikita ninyo sino-sino yung mga stakeholders, ano yung mga interest nila, and what are their powers. Table 1.1, ito yung primary stakeholders. Samantalang yung table 1.2, ito naman yung mga secondary stakeholders. Okay? It is also available in the book of Murdoch. If you are my student, you will definitely have a copy of this PDF file. All right? Sige. So, I think hanggang dito muna tayo sa video lecture na ito. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay? And I hope you learned something, And nag-enjoy sana kayo. Hindi sana kayo naantok sa aking discussion dito. I'll see you around sa mga susunod na video lectures on this topic, on this subject. Thank you and bye-bye.